They spend the winter here and still need to be able to find food even during these cold snaps. And it can be very difficult for them.
The Wildlife Rescue Association of BC says the late season winter weather, which left Metro Vancouver covered in a blanket of snow this week, is hurting local hummingbirds.
Hummingbirds have started staying in British Columbia for the winter, especially around the lower mainland. They're quite dependent on feeders at this time of year because they've gotten accustomed to people having their feeders out. And so if those feeders get frozen or people forget to switch them out during a cold snap, we definitely see the hummingbirds impacted by that.
This UBC zoologist says climate change is leading to more conflict between humans and animals around the world.
As animals' habitat changes, they might be moving to new areas of the landscape to find food and shelter and more suitable climates. And that changing distribution and behavior of animals is often bringing them into greater contact with people. Our interactions are increasing, often in ways that are detrimental to either animals or to people or to both.
The Wildlife Rescue Association of BC says they've been getting a flurry of calls from concerned citizens about hummingbirds surviving the late winter cold snaps.
So we actually had somebody phone because they had a hummingbird in their yard that has nested already, which is not unusual for these birds. And the hummingbird actually couldn't get into the nest because of the snow. And so they were asking about guidance for that.
So hummingbirds are actually early nesters. So they are already working on making their nests and getting ready to have their babies for the springtime. So the snow, did pose a little bit of a challenge for some of them for their nests that they've already built.
The association is taking care of this little hummingbird who was captured and brought in by a concerned citizen because he wasn't moving very much.
Hummingbirds who don't migrate south for the winter enter a state of what's known as torpor, so it's similar to hibernation, so they can slow down the metabolism in their bodies during that time so they don't expend as many calories and don't need as many calories.
But you can help the hummingbirds. The association suggests planting native plant species, such as salmonberries and snowberries. They're helpful food sources, which can help the entire ecosystem.
Hummingbirds are really important pollinators, so that's huge, especially in the face of climate change. We're losing a lot of our pollinators, and the fact that hummingbirds go from flower to flower, they become an important source of moving that pollen around.
In Burnaby, Angela Bauer, City News.